After years of property values fluctuating in BC and unpredictability in the housing market, Vancouver Island homeowners may finally have some stability.
General summary, the markets on Vancouver Island are stable this year. We're looking at -5% to +5% in most communities.
Property values released annually by BC Assessment show that as of July, the total value of properties on Vancouver Island reached almost $400 billion. More than $4 billion of those dollars were earned from new developments and construction. In Greater Victoria, most municipalities saw a 1% increase to its median value. The town of Sydney saw a 2% increase. But on the West Shore, not a single community saw a median jump. The District of Highlands had the largest drop by 3%. Further up island, things looked different. Only 9 communities between Central and North Island saw a decrease or no change to its median home value. Most communities instead had a 1 to 3% jump. Some even went higher, like Alert Bay, where the median home value rose by 7%.
Well, it's one of those communities where you look, Alert Bay has a very limited supply of housing. And with that limited supply and a steady demand, you will see prices increase year over year.
Though interest rates, rental prices, and housing starts fluctuated throughout 2025, Butterfield says there was no single factor that determines the value of a property.
What were properties selling for, in what location, what style of house, what age, and we'll come up with, this is what we believe a reasonable estimate as the market value of that property as per July 1st that previous year.
Call your agent and have them help you, walk you through where things are at for you.
Ron Neal with the Remax Generation Group says any real estate agent can give homeowners looking to sell updated numbers on their property. And right now, he believes is the right time to shop around.
We don't have the same pressures that we saw a few years ago when COVID hit us and all of a sudden there were 10 buyers for every property. It's the other way around now. There's a lot more pressure on the sellers, so there's a willingness to negotiate with the sellers.
Victoria saw its highest vacancy rate in over 25 years at 3.3%. And with more condo and rental stock coming online, Neil expects that to rise further.
They've reported the vacancy rate in Vancouver now at 3.7%, which we haven't seen since the 80s. I think some of that's headed our way too.
Experts warn to take a good look at your assessment and check for errors which can happen. If you do want to dispute your assessment, you have to contact BC Assessment by February 2nd.
It's a lot of information to absorb there, and of course a lot of comparing when it comes to those assessed values. Let's bring in Ollie Herrera now live in studio for a deeper look at those with maybe some deeper pockets. Ollie, when it comes to the most expensive properties on the island, what are we looking at?
Jordan, the most valuable property on Vancouver Island also happens to be the third most valuable property in all of the province, and that's James Island. Located just off of Sydney, James Island had its value drop less than 1%. But it's still the highest most valued property on Vancouver Island at just over $57 million. In the second and third spot is a property on Dorcas Point Road in Anus Bay, and Samuel Island, which is a small island in the southern Gulf Islands. Both properties went down in value slightly. In the fourth spot is a North Saanich waterfront property on Lands End Road with a price tag of just over $19 million. And in Oak Bay, which has 5 properties that cracked the top 10 highest valued on the island, is a home on Humber Road that has a value of more than $18.5 million. But if we pull back and look at the entire province, the title for the highest value property in BC once again goes to Lululemon founder Chip Wilson. His Vancouver property on the west side of the city did see a drop of 11%, but it's still the highest value property in BC at $73.5 million.